Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Spring 2022 Welcome Week session for Canvas, Library, Writing Center, and the Quad Orientation. And today we have four presenters come from Fuller Theological Seminary and to talk about our wonderful resources we could provide you while you are a student at Fuller. And first, we're going to start with Canvas. Laura, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fuller. We're so glad that you're here. My name is Laura McDowell. I'm an instructional designer in the Office of Teaching and Learning, and I will be sharing with you about Canvas and how to navigate it.
Oh, that's great. Okay, how about Natalia? Would you like to introduce yourself? Natalia, I think you're muted and then your screen is
Yes.
that's
Hello, everyone. um, it's unexpected. I don't know why my camera is showing me upside down. Welcome, everyone, and I'm going to take you on the tour to the online library, and I'm your reference librarian. And we have a wonderful team to assist you with anything you need in our library. Thank you.
Rachel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Paprocki, and I'm the Director of Access Services and Academic Support. And part of that includes the Writing Center. And I'll also give you a little bonus introduction to our Access Services office as well. We're so glad to have you at Fuller. Welcome.
Wonderful. McKay.
Hi, everyone. I'm McKay Weiler. I'm the manager of enrollment communications. So I'm the one pushing the big green button behind a lot of the emails that you receive as you're getting information about the programs that you're in, as well as any pertinent information related to Fuller while you're here.
Excuse me.
So, welcome.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, we have a lot of big buttons to push, green buttons and blue buttons at Fuller. We'll find out more buttons later. But yeah, so with that, Laura, please kick off our Canvas orientation first.
Well, once again, I just want to welcome each of you to Fuller. We are just so excited that you've chosen to be a part of our community. And my name is Laura McDowell. I'm an instructional designer in the Office of Teaching and Learning, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about how to navigate Canvas, which is Fuller's learning management system. And Canvas is the system that houses all of your Fuller courses. And our team is a team of educators that work alongside faculty to help them design and develop their courses to hopefully create the best learning environment for you as a student. So just a little bit about Canvas. Canvas is Fuller's online system for teaching and learning. And how you would get to Canvas is there's actually a few ways. First, you can go to fuller.edu and then select the current students link right there, and then select Canvas, which is the third option down. You can also access Canvas through the quad. On the home page, you'll find a number of quick links, and Canvas is the second item down there. Or a lot of students just really like to use Instructure, just like to go to fuller.instructure.com and bookmark that, because you'll be in Canvas almost every day as a student. So a lot of students just like to do that, so they go directly there. So once you navigate to Canvas, you'll be asked to log in as you would accessing any Fuller system. So you'll log in with your Fuller username and password, and it would take you to a page that looks something like this. And on the left-hand side, you'll see a global navigation. And these are the most frequently accessed links within Canvas. And so first thing you will actually see is your dashboard. That's your landing page, and it's going to display all the course cards for all of your favorite courses. And these will show up as soon as the courses are published by your professor. To see a list of all the courses that you are enrolled in, you would go to the courses link over on the left-hand navigation. And then at the bottom, you'll see this link that says all courses. So you may end up in a situation where you notice that you either don't have all the courses on your dashboard that you would like to have, or maybe you have courses there that you don't want to show up anymore. So by going to courses and then all courses, you'll see this list or the full list of your courses, and you'll see this little star that's to the left of the names of the courses. And if it's orange, that means that it's actually on your dashboard. If it is not filled in, that means that it's currently not on your dashboard. So if you see a course there that you would like on your dashboard that's currently not starred, then you would just select that star and it would turn orange and it would show up on your dashboard. Similarly, if you do not want a course on your dashboard, then you would just click the orange star and it would disappear. So one of the first things you're going to want to do as a Fuller student is to update your profile. So this is just a great way for the other students in your course to get to know a little bit about who you are, at least see a picture of you, as opposed to a stick figure, which will show up if you don't add a profile picture. So to do that, you would just go to first of all, account, and then you would click profile. And then to change your picture, you'll see this little pencil icon. If you select that, then it will give you an option to change your photo. And then what we also recommend is that you let students know a little bit about yourself. So there's actually an option to add your contact information or a biography. So you can share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what degree program you're pursuing, or any other information that you would like students to know about you. So to do that, you would click those three little vertical dots and then select edit profile. And then you can add in any information you would like and then just click save. Also, under the account setting is notifications. And another thing that we would highly recommend that you do as you start to think about your courses is to figure out which notifications you want to receive and how frequently you want to receive them, or if at all. So you can see down here, again, you go to account and then notifications. And then you see the list of options there. So over on the left, you see the course activities. So for example, an announcement, you have these options to be notified immediately. So that would just mean if a professor sends out a notification to your class, that notification would come to you immediately via email. And keep in mind that the email address associated with your Canvas account is your Fuller email. So it's really important that you're checking your Fuller email because these announcements will come there. There's also a way to add an alternative contact method, which you can do by going to account and then settings. And then over on the right hand side, there's a list, or there's some options to add alternate contact information, as well as a cell phone number for push notifications. So you'll see right next to the email, there's the push notifications option that you can choose how you want to receive notifications there as well. So you can be notified immediately, you can receive a daily summary, you can receive a weekly summary, or you can completely turn your notifications off. And so you'll have those options for each of the different things under course activities. So I just highly recommend that you go through these settings and determine how you want to receive notifications. And you can, this is set to the account setting. So that means that however you set these that they will occur the same way for each course. You can actually go up there as well and click that little drop down arrow, and it will list off individual courses, and you can select as well how you want to receive notifications for individual courses if they're different than how you want to receive them for all your courses. And then this is just an example of what a homepage might look like. So whenever you click on one of those course cards, you're going to see something that looks similar to this. On the left-hand side, you see the global navigation, and then this extra menu will pop up whenever you enter into one of your courses, and that is the course menu. So this is what the homepage might look like. We try to encourage most of our faculty to do something that looks similar to this so that you get used to how to access various things in your course. So the first thing you'll see is, again, this is the homepage. You'll see a banner, and it'll have your faculty member's name and their email address. And then you'll see a list of, or you'll see this little banner that has these 3 buttons. The first one is Q&A, and that's a discussion forum. So this is a place where students can ask a question of the professor, and it's a public discussion forum. So we know that if you have a question, more than likely there's another student in the course that has a similar question. So you'll be able to go there anytime and just see what questions have been asked and see the answers that the professors have provided. And then there's a start here button. And this is where you would probably go first, is to the start here button, which usually includes a welcome from the professor. It might be a welcome video. It might be a paragraph learning a little bit about your professor. And then it also might include any information about getting started in the course, how to access course material, any kind of course documents that might be helpful for you as you go throughout the course. And then syllabus, which is probably the most popular button that students always want to know about, is where's the syllabus? How do I find that? And so you can find it by clicking on that syllabus link. And this is what you'll find whenever you click on that. You'll see here that there is a course summary. So at the top, there's actually a link where you can download the syllabus. But then within Canvas, it also provides a course summary. So as the due dates are entered, they show up here. And then this is the time each assignment is due by. And then a lot of professors will include this, which is the weights that should match what's in the syllabus for each assignment group. So in this course, discussions are where it's 0%, quizzes over 20%, homeworks were 20%, midterms are worth 25%. The final exam is worth 35% for a total of 100%. And again, that should match whatever is in the professor's syllabus. And then announcements. So again, you will see the announcements under the course menu right below home. It may show up in different places based on how professors have set up their course menu, but it should be somewhere near the top there. And when you click on that, you'll see a number of announcements show up here. And whenever an announcement is sent out, unless you have your notifications turned off, it will be sent to your Fuller email address. You can also reply to any announcement within Canvas. So say a professor sends out an announcement and you have a question about it, then you would just hit this reply button and that would go directly to the professor. And then adding photos. So more than likely as a new student in a new course, one of the first things that you're going to be asked to do is to provide some sort of an introduction of yourself. Some professors may ask you to add a photo, so others may ask you to add a video. But you would, if you need to add a photo, you would just go to this little picture icon. Once you reply to the discussion post, and then you would add a photo. So you would just do upload image, and then you'll see this little dialog, this little box show up, and then you can either drag an image here, or you can actually just click the upload image, and it will give you the list of different options from your computer to upload a photo. And then just hit submit. And then adding a video. So if you would like to add a video, some professors will actually require you to add a video. Others may give you an option of a photo or video, or maybe they just want you to include a little bit of text about yourself. So if they ask you to upload a video, we actually don't recommend that you upload videos directly into Canvas. It can cause glitches. You can sometimes delete other videos that were uploaded. So what we recommend is that you actually create a video either using your phone or your computer, maybe something like QuickTime, or we actually suggest Loom, which is loom.com, LOOM.com. And you can upload, you can create your own videos there. And then what we recommend is that you actually upload it to YouTube. As a Fuller student, you have access to your own YouTube account with your Fuller credentials. So if you were to go to youtube.com, log in with your Fuller username and password, then you would be able to upload any kind of video there. And once you upload it, then you'll have, it will generate a link, and you can either copy that link, and then what you would do is paste it inside the Canvas discussion where they're asking you to add your video. And you could do that by clicking the little chain link and then click external links, and then just copy and paste the link into the box that appears and hit reply. You can also choose to embed the video. So again, you would just upload your video to YouTube, And then once the video is finished uploading, you'll see a link to share. And then you can copy the embed code. And if you do that, then you would go within the Canvas discussion, go to these 3 little vertical dots here, and then you'll see this little cloud image that says embed. And once you click that, a dialog box will pop up, and then you'll just paste the embed code into there and then hit reply. And the video should show up as embedded into the actual Canvas discussion. I'll send out some information about how to do this after this session, just so that you'll know how to do that in case you don't remember from this presentation. All right, and then grades. The thing that every student wants to know about is where do you find your grades? So there's within the course menu, again, there is a link to grades. Once you click on that, you'll see the list of items that have been graded, and you can click on each one individually, and it will take you into a page that looks similar to this, where you can see the rubric that was used to score your paper or assignment. And a rubric is basically a really detailed way of grading and assessing the grading on your assignments. So it will give you some guidelines on how the professor is grading things based on your content, based on the formatting of your paper, and various things like that. And then to view feedback, you would just click that view feedback link, and you'll be able to see the professor's comments on your assignment. If you have additional comments that you want to make, you can always add something into the add a comment box and click save, and that'll go directly to your professor. And Canvas also has a mobile app. I will caution you that it is not as easy to use as the desktop. It doesn't do everything that you can do on the desktop, but it is a really good option for you if you're on the go and you need to do some of your things through the app. So to add the app, all that you would do is go to the App Store on your mobile device, add Canvas Student, and then click Find My School whenever you open the app. Start typing in Fuller, you'll see Fuller Theological Seminary pop up, and then you'll see the Fuller ID login. Once you click Fuller Theological Seminary, you'll add in your Fuller username and password, and then you should be able to add the app to your phone. Something that is brand new, but something we're really excited about, is this new student commons, and every student is automatically enrolled in it. We highly encourage that you to keep that on your dashboard for easy access, just because it has a lot of really helpful information in it. You can also access it by going to this little circle with the question mark inside it, and then clicking on resources and guides. If you can't find it on your dashboard, that's another way that you can access it. And it includes a lot of really helpful information. So I've been sharing with you a lot of information about Canvas, but within this course, it has just a wealth of information, including handouts, videos, how-tos on pretty much anything related to the student experience in Canvas. There's also information about academic resources, things like the Writing Center and library that Rachel and Natalia will share with you. And there's also information about class registration. There's syllabi folders from past quarters that you can look at. There's a link to your advisors, calendars, and all sorts of really helpful information. Then there's also a link to the quad, which McKay will share about, a ton of community resources, seminary policies. And then we also have a virtual cafe where we're trying to encourage more student engagement through the online platform outside of the classroom. So you may see some online meeting opportunities or some fun kind of student polls and things like that pop up there. And then Canvas 24 hours support. So the Teaching and Learning office is usually only open from like 6 a.m. Pacific time to 5 p.m. Pacific time. So there may be a point where you're up at 2 a.m. trying to submit a paper and having some problems doing so. And so you may need to contact someone immediately. And Canvas provides 24-hour support, and you would get to those links by going to, again, the support link on the global navigation menu, which is the circle with a little question mark inside. and then going to Canvas support or chat with Canvas support. Or you can, there's also a Canvas support hotline. So if you'd prefer to just talk to someone on the phone, you can do that through the support hotline. If you want to actually just chat online with a live person, then you can just hit the chat with Canvas support. And they're really great. They get back to you really quickly. And just so you know, they may not be able to answer everything because Fuller has its own processes as well that Canvas may not be familiar with, but we do receive a copy of any kind of inquiry that goes through Canvas support. And so if it's something that they can't answer, but it's something that we can answer, we will follow up with you on that. And that is it for my presentation. Thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us at teach@fuller.edu.
So yeah, thank you, Laura. Thank you for your insights and presentation. And coming next will be library. Natalia, it's your turn.
This is Natalia, and could you give me the thumbs up if you can see my screen sharing? Okay.
It's not upside down now.
Luckily, I had fixed that. Let's hope there will be no other technical difficulties today. So my role is to take you on a very quick tour, and it's gonna be online tour. If you would like to take a tour in person, if any of you will be visiting Pasadena Campus Library next week, we will be offering the tour, and this information will be posted on the library website. And today we are going to talk on how you can access your library account, talk about our diverse online collections where you will be able to access all kinds of resources such as journals, articles, encyclopedias, and a lot of ebooks will be accessible through our online libraries. We will talk about our services specifically designed for online patrons. Because we are a global campus, our library provides many resources for our patrons who are not even located in the same continent as our library. We have students in Japan and Africa and every continent of the world. And because of this, our library is so focused on providing many online resources. We will also talk about some of the research assistance what you can use. And in the end of the presentation, I'm going to share all our contact information, and you will be able to reach the library through our contacts. As Laura already mentioned and Ken already mentioned, all these presentations will be shared with you and posted on Canvas, and we have checked the recording is in progress, so you will be able to review the recording when it becomes available through the Zoom cloud recording. And we are going to start our tour with learning how to access the library. I would highly recommend bookmarking the library address, which is library@fuller.edu. It will save you a couple of clicks, and you can go to your browser. If you are using Chrome, your bookmark menu will be at the top right-hand corner, and this little star will save library address in your bookmarks menu. In some other browsers, you will find the bookmark button elsewhere. So the library address is library@fuller.edu. But this is not the only way of accessing the library. You can also access the library through the link that is embedded on your learning management platform, which Laura just introduced on Canvas. You can go to the left-hand side navigation bar and look from the top to the bottom, and under the dashboard courses, the third link towards the bottom is the library. Once you click on that, you will be redirected to the library website. Another way is accessing the library is to go to the Fuller website, and here we have the library link under current students tab in the menu here. And if you click on the faculty staff tab, you will find the library link here as well. So there are many places of accessing the library website. One of the features what you find on the library website is access to your library account. So this button, what is called My Account, is located at the top right-hand corner of the page. Once you click on that, you will be prompted to log in, and you will be accessing the library account with the same username and the password what you use for your online courses and for accessing all Fuller systems. So once you are logged in, you will be seeing your account menu, and under your name here, you will have the record of books you're checking out. This will be a record of books in print only. And the important part here is to know where to request some services through your library account. So there's two ways of accessing requests under the name menu, and it's also posted here in the middle of a page. So once you click on the request tab here, you will see the request menu. There is a button for creating request, and it will take you to a page where you can request the scan of an article or scan of a book chapter. And we are not limiting you to requests to collections what are available in our library. You can also request articles and book chapter scans what are available in other libraries. We have a very large network of libraries what participate in the interlibrary loan services, and these requests will enable you to access many resources what are not reached in the print collections. So if you are anywhere other than Pasadena Campus Library, or anywhere remotely from another library, and you need resources for your courses, don't limit yourself to views what are available online, or you can borrow in person from the library. Think about this service, what you can use, and there's no cost involved in this. It's all free and paid by your tuition. And the delivery time sometimes may vary from 5 to 10 days, but you will get a PDF scan, and you will be able to use the resource what is delivered to you electronically. Another thing what we would like to remind you is to check your profile in your account. I'm not going to click on my profile, but here you can update your email address and your current postal address, because some of the services for residents in the United States are location based, and if you would like to request books by mail, we are going to use the address what you provide in the profile on your library account. If you would like any question, would like to ask me any questions while we are stopping at some of the library services or other information, please feel free to unmute yourself or put your question in the chat. I will make sure that I review your questions submitted in the chat after we finish the presentation. The next questions are, one of the services you would be benefiting from is from ordering books and ebooks. You can submit your book suggestions to us, and sometimes the book might be available in other libraries, and you would like to use it for your term paper, for your research, for other academic purposes, and you would go to the library website, look at one of the links located under the main search bar, and click on the suggest a book link, what is located in the middle column. It's the third link from the top. And once you click on that, you will open a suggest a book form. And once you fill it out and submit it to us, our electronic resources team will be working on finding this ebook, and we will respond to you whether the ebook is available and whether we will be able to purchase it. Not all the textbooks are available as ebooks, and for this reason, you will find in your syllabus the note provided by your instructor that says the book is available as a print book, and there will be other information on the required purchase of readings for your course. But for other materials, you might be able to find the textbook in our library.
Mhm.
In addition to different resources what we have on the library website, you will find library tutorials recorded, and they are posted under the resources tab, which is located on the left-hand side column. Here you find tutorials on ebooks, on making requests, on using a free bibliographic software, which we recommend, and it's called Zotero. So if you are interested, make sure you click on the resources tab and see our how-to instructions, wonderful research tips, and some other resources what you can use
So takes up.
for your benefit. I work with a wonderful team of many people, and some of them are students in our institution. We hire students to work in the library, and I work with a team of electronic resources, and I and my colleagues, we provide research consultations, answer questions, provide training. If you don't know something about library and you would like to know, you can contact us, and we will have either one-on-one information session with you, and you can book it through your library website here. Let me show you the link there. So for making the reservation with library, writing center, and electronic resources help, and our archive staff, you would go on the library website, click on the reservation tab here, and the first link at the top of a page is the reference librarian schedule. If you don't see the time and date what is convenient for you, you can email us and ask for a different time a day, and we will try to accommodate your schedule as much as we can. So this is for online consultations with the library. You can also chat with us. On the same page, you will find a chat button, and we usually monitor chat during the regular work hours from 9 a.m. Through 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, the most interesting questions we always get is about ebooks. We have a very large collection of ebooks, and you will be searching for them and checking what books are available for your upcoming courses. And the best way to find ebooks is to search it from the library main page, and the main search bar on the library website is accessible. So this is the main search bar, and this is where you will find the information about our library collections, including ebooks. So once you type the book title or any other pertinent information about the book, and click on the little looking glass on the right hand side, you will launch your search. And I have a couple of examples here, what I already searched. For example, if you search for the title New Global Mission with the subtitle Gospel from Everywhere to Everyone, we will find this ebook. Let me show you the starting point for this search. So we had provided the information about the book in the search bar. Once the search has been completed, the results are sorted by the library, and our library collections are brought to the top of the search results. If you would like to make sure this is happening, you can select held by our library, but it would not change the results here, because this ebook is available in our library. So what we see on this page is the information where this ebook and print book available in our library. Main information is located here, and the note says available at Fuller Library. Another information you can see here, available in other locations. This book is available in our Pasadena Spanish collection, and there are other notes on the book location. Oh, the translated title is different from the original one. And it also says where else the book is located. So this abbreviation, this alphanumeric convention is called call number, and it's a physical book location in the library collection. If we would like to access a book, we are going to look for access online button. And once you click on that, you will launch the information about access points for this ebook. And some ebooks will be accessible on multiple platforms. And in the case with this ebook, there are two different ebook providers. One is ProQuest and another one EBSCO. So these are large information and library services companies that are hosting ebooks collections for us. And through our licenses and contracts with them, we are creating online libraries for our campuses. So if we click on one of the links, for example, on ProQuest ebook link here, we will be accessing ebook page. You have an option to read online or download the entire book. Sometimes you need to make sure what you are using the ebook terms here, and for this ebook you are able to download up to 79 pages and use any PDF software what reads a PDF file. If you just read online, there's no limit on access as long as you have access to the internet. If you would like to download the entire book, you would need a supporting software which will open a book for you. For downloading entire ebook, you would need to download Adobe Digital Edition software from Adobe website, and this software is a capsule what displays the ebook for you in the reading mode. I would like to let you know what this software, Adobe Digital Editions, has limited support for annotations, highlights, and notes. So whenever you have the ability to download a part of a book as a PDF file, I would recommend doing that, because using a PDF software, you can use your annotation, bookmarks, highlights, and notes with in a PDF reading software, and these notes will be saved along with the file. But if you make some of the highlights in the downloaded book where not be saved once the ebook expires on your computer. So the entire book download is the temporary borrowing of the book, and the PDF download as a chapter or a segment of a book is a file what you can keep and manage on your computer, and it's not going to expire. There are other restrictions for downloading ebooks on other platforms, and we are accessing the same book, but it's hosted on different platform, which is EBSCOhost. And downloading restrictions here are different. You can print, email, save up to 100 pages in a single session. So once you click on the segment of a book, what you would like to access, that part will be loaded. And there are different ways of doing so. Save email pages and print pages are equal parts of a menu. So let's say we are going to use save pages menu. And the ebook informs you how many pages you can download in a single session. If you reach the download for this session, and we're going to save it as a PDF. It's going to go to our downloading folder, and we would be able to open it, let's say, with Internet Explorer browser. So this file is yours to keep. If we go back to the ebook page, and we will try to download next 100 pages, the ebook will inform about the page count, what is remaining for this single session. So to prompt the download of next 100 pages, you can close this ebook and load it again. And this way you can refresh the number of pages you can download. So I'm trying to do this quickly. So if we go to the ebook page again and start Save Pages menu, we can see that the page limit have been refreshed. So this would work on EBSCO platform, but this not always works on other platforms. So if you had reached the page number limit for the download, you can contact us and ask how else you can access another part of a book. For some of other books, you will have more than 2 or 3 access points. So let's say you have reached the page number limit on one platform. You can use the same book on a different platform and download another part of your book, what you need to complete reading for your course. So there are different options for different books, and it probably is not clear for you because there's a lot of new information, but if you contact us, we will be happy to help you to navigate all these points of access. And if you have any questions about ebooks, please make sure you know how to use them, because you will be using them in every course you are taking. There's no way of avoiding that, because many books will be accessible for you as ebooks. So for refreshing some of the information what we just talked about, you can access these slides, and I have also a note to remember. Think about a digital loan, what is set from 1 to 21 day on EBSCO and ProQuest. Think about it as a milk. Milk has an expiration date, so does a digital loan. So once ebook loan expires, you can go back to the platform and download an ebook again. And repeat, you can repeat this step as many times as you need to. We have recorded tutorials on ebooks, what you will be able to access, and these links in the presentation will take you to the recordings what are posted on YouTube. In the same way as you accessing ebooks on the library website, you can also access electronic articles and journals, and most of the articles and journals are hosted through the library databases, and the databases are accessible through the link located under the search bar. And once you click here, you will access the databases. The database title has a hyperlink, what will take you to the database. And in the database, you will have many resources. So one of the menus in the database allow you to select peer-reviewed journals, and peer-reviewed journals and articles are the same. For those what are available as full text, you will have access to the full text through the PDF icon and link what is supplied for some of the resources here. So if we select just the full text resources, we will have the search results updated, and we will have every search results with the link supplied here. And the library databases have support for resources in other than English. There are some articles in Spanish and in Korean as well. For those of you who are in the United States, we provide the reference to other libraries in our network, and you can access the libraries in our theological network in the Southern California region and across the United States. If you would be interested in finding out if there is a theological library in your neighborhood, these are the links for accessing the map of the libraries, and the other list of libraries in the Southern California region is also embedded through the link here. On the library website, we have more than 120 databases, and there's a lot to choose from. There are a clickable menu here. The drop-down menu provides index of databases. So this will guide you to the set of the databases on a certain subjects. And there are databases by the format, and you can search some of the databases through the keywords. This is a searchable index. And if you are not sure which database will be most helpful for you in your research, you can contact us, and we will guide you to the source of what will be helpful for you. As I already mentioned briefly, we recommend bibliographic software that will help you to save citations, and it works with your browser, and it's completely free, and you can download it from Zotero.org website. If you need any training sessions on that, please contact us. And our contacts are provided on the last page of the presentation slides, and we will look forward to hearing your questions and assisting you with your research and or any kind of library work. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Natalia. And also on Friday, we'll be having a welcome lunch. Natalia, I don't know if you're gonna be attending, but we'll find another time to do a library tour. And if Natalia and your colleague are available, please come to the welcome lunch on that day, on Friday.
Okay, thank you so much, Ken. And we have a question from Shelley. She would like to know if she doesn't have Adobe Edition. So Adobe Digital Edition is the software what you can download and use. And this is the main software what you will be using for downloading ebooks as whole. So let me share this to you again. So you simply go to Adobe Digital Edition website and select the edition what you would like to use either for handheld device or for your computer. It's completely free for reading book chapters. You have alternatives, you have Internet Explorer, and you have some other software what you can use for accessing PDF files. If you have specific questions, please email us. We will try to connect the dots for finding the right software for you for ebook and PDF files. And there's another question. Was I able to answer your question at least briefly? There is another questions from Robin. Are we able to borrow books from Fuller and other libraries and have them shipped to us? It depends on your location. So if you are in the United States, you can borrow books from our library and we will be shipping the book to you. And you will be responsible for the shipping back to the library. You can borrow books from other libraries through sometimes through the network of public libraries. They also provide interlibrary loan services. The other libraries in our theological network, if they are located near you, you can simply visit the library and borrow the book in person. So there are a number of ways you can borrow the books from different libraries. Shipping costs, I think I covered it briefly on my next exposure. There is a question about a specific book, and if you would like to email us, we can look into this, because usually the ebook session is not timed out after 5 minutes of use. So I would like to look into this book settings and the terms of access and see what is happening on your side. So let's get connected, and you can email us at lib-reference@fuller.edu, and we'll try to find the answer what is happening on the side of the ebook.
Natalia, could you type your email to the chat
Yeah,
window?
I will supply it in the chat. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions before I switch to the next session?
Thank you so much for your attention and your questions.
Thank you so much, Natalia. So wonderful to have you. And next will be Rachel to let us know about the resource at Writing Center.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Paprocki. It's truly a pleasure to meet all of you. This is one of my favorite parts of working at Fuller, is getting to see all your faces for the first time. It's genuinely a fun thing for us. So my role at Fuller is to sort of oversee a couple of offices that offer support to you as students directly. So where Office of Teaching and Learning sort of houses where your classes are, and the library houses all the resources for those classes. The Writing Center and Access Services, which are the offices I oversee, are here to be with you like in the trenches of getting your coursework done. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can kind of see where it is online that these offices are housed. And I'm sort of skipping ahead here. McKay is going to give you a deeper introduction into the quad, but this is where you'll find the two offices that I'm going to introduce to you. So quad.fuller.edu is sort of the student-facing sort of homepage. All the offices at Fuller or many offices at Fuller have sort of a homepage here that you can click into. So I'd like to highlight this resources tab. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This first section, academic and vocational support, access services here. Access services is the office at Fuller that serves students with disabilities. At other institutions might be called the Disability Services Office. It's kind of a more common name. So if you are a student with any kind of disability, whether that's physical, a learning difference, a mental health diagnosis, anything that impacts your ability to access and get through your coursework as a student at Fuller, I'm here to work with you on that to facilitate access. So for example, for our students who are blind, I make sure that they have access to textbooks that they can actually read. For our students who might have a learning difference or ADHD, work with them to work out a plan of accommodations to create access so that there's equality among all of our students. So if you are a student with any kind of disability, please do reach out to me to get the accommodations process started. access@fuller.edu is the easiest point of contact. I'm still working from home most days, so you're welcome to leave a voicemail at that phone number. But again, email is the best way to get a hold of me. It's just access@fuller.edu. You can read more about how that accommodations process works here. Okay, so that's access. Now, the Writing Center. Writing Center is for everyone, not just students with a disability, not just international students or students whose first language is something other than English. All students, all programs are served by the Writing Center. Our page is right over here. On this front landing page, the most important thing you need to know about the Writing Center is this yellow button that says make an appointment at the Writing Center. And that is, as you might imagine, how you make an appointment at the Writing Center. So all students, every program are entitled to up to 2 hours of consultation with the Writing Center per week. So we've got 10 weeks in the quarter and then finals week. That means you can meet with someone for 22 hours over the course of a quarter. We've got more consultants than are listed here. There's about 10 of us all together. We do provide services in Spanish directly. So if you're in a Spanish language program, or if Spanish is your first language, and that's how you prefer to work on your writing, we do recommend meeting with our wonderful Spanish consultant, Esteban. He's just wonderful. And then we also have a couple of different School of Psychology and Marriage and Family Therapy specific consultants as well. You can click through all these little blue icons to read more about each one of the consultants. And by the start of class next week, we'll have our full roster, our full schedule of availability posted in time for you to make appointments.
Excuse me, how can I go from Quad to Writing Center again?
We are
Thank you.
under the resources tab.
Under
So if you-
resources. Okay.
And then scroll down just a little bit. And that first section is called, I think, academic and vocational resources or support. And we're right under there. You can also access the Writing Center directly through Canvas. There's several different ways to navigate to the Writing Center from Canvas.
Mhm.
So that's how you schedule an appointment at the Writing Center. When you schedule your appointment, or actually, let me go back to that scheduling page so we can look at this together.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So when you schedule an appointment with the Writing Center, let's say we wanted to meet with Emily on Thursday next week at 5 o'clock. That's a great time for me. I'd go ahead and fill out this booking form. It's just your contact information, a little bit of information about you, what program you're in, what you're working on, that kind of thing. This is the most important bit. How would you like to meet with us? We are doing all of our consultations remotely still through Zoom, Google Hangouts, or over the phone. If you'd like to talk to someone in real time. If you're in a different time zone or you have like a full-time job and you're not able to Zoom for an hour in the middle of the day, we do offer asynchronous email consultations. And so the way this works is when you schedule your appointment, you're essentially booking an hour, that specific hour of a consultant's time for them to read your work and then reply to you via email with personalized feedback, which is awesome. It means you get feedback on your own work without having, to take time out of your work schedule or something like that.
So, sorry, the Writing Center, it's apart from the library?
The library is a separate office. I do have a little office that is located in the library, but we're sort of a separate department.
Okay.
So when you are scheduling your appointment, if you have a work in progress that's ready to go, you can upload it here at the time of when you're scheduling your consultation. When you click confirm appointment, you will immediately get a confirmation email from this booking system, and you'll also get a reminder email 24 hours before your appointment. We do ask that if you need to change your appointment, if you need to cancel or shift the schedule or something, we do ask that you give us 24 hours notice, just so that we can make those appointments available for as many students as possible. Excuse me. I will say we do book up every single quarter around midterms and finals. It can be tough to find an appointment at the Writing Center in the later parts of the quarter. We always have a wait list. So if you don't see an appointment that is, excuse me, I'm so sorry. If you don't see an appointment available at a time that works for you, you can always just email writingcenter@fuller.edu, and I will either add you to a wait list or see if we can work something else out with our schedule. We do recommend booking your appointments early and often. So that's that most important button, make an appointment at the Writing Center. A few other important resources under our own resources tab. These are clickable links, downloadable resources that address some of the big picture, most commonly asked questions of the Writing Center. If you're looking for information about how your paper should look or what format and what citation style you should be using, there are links here. In general, if you are in the School of Missiology and Theology, if you're taking an MA in theology or an MDiv, most of the time you'll be asked to use footnotes and bibliography style citation. So there's a quick guide there, as well as a sample paper that gives you kind of a visual of what the paper should look like. If you are working on a Master of Intercultural Studies or you're taking more missiology focused classes, you'll probably be asked to use what's called Chicago B or author date style. Again, there's a quick guide there and a sample paper as well. But my most favorite thing to do is just to show you how to go and access the true gold mine of citation information, which is available through the library's databases. You have access to the entire Chicago Manual of Style online. My favorite way to navigate there is to go to the library site, click on databases like I just did, and then search for the word Chicago. The first database that comes up is the Chicago Manual of Style. You're going to be asked to log in with your Fuller credentials. And then you've got access to the entire Chicago manual. And like I said, this is truly almost everything you could ever want or need to know about how to format and cite student papers, specifically in the School of Missiology and Theology. All of the information regarding citation is down here in part 3. There's lots of really interesting and very, very specific information in part 2. So if you're not totally sure how to, like, do I need to spell out this number or do I use the numeral, or how exactly am I supposed to punctuate this very complicated sentence? It's just an exhaustive truly encyclopedic source here. So I encourage you to come to Chicago Manual of Style with any questions about citation first. And if you can't find the answer that you're looking for here, you can always just email us at the Writing Center. There are also quick guides up here that are extraordinarily helpful. So if you are very new to graduate level writing and citation, I do recommend kind of poking around in here just to see what you find. It's all relatively easy to read. It's not like heavy stuff. It's detail oriented, but it's not too heavy. So definitely recommend checking out the Chicago Manual of Style directly. There are also resources for how to cite in Society of Biblical Literature, SBL style. If you're taking a biblical studies class, New Testament, Old Testament, you'll probably be asked to use this style, which does mostly agree with Chicago. And then if you are an SOP student or an MFT student, we've got APA resources here as well. There's a bunch of resources on aspects of writing, which we love. And then down here at the bottom, some very helpful other writing centers. Purdue University's OWL, their online writing lab, is just the best. It is so easy to navigate and truly so many resources. I also really love UNC Chapel Hill's online writing center. They have a lot of video resources, just sort of on the general how-tos of academic writing. So all of these are I do recommend to kind of poke around and just see what you find, especially if you're new. We've also got a bunch of workshops of our own. There are recordings of our introductory writing workshop from previous quarters that I do recommend checking out. They're about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that. And we'll just go over all of the building blocks of academic writing and also navigate through the Writing Center page on the quad here as well. There are some really helpful workshops on critical book reviews, which is sort of the bread and butter. That's kind of your new homework. At the graduate level tends to be critical book reviews, like a scholarly book review. There's information on exegetical writing, on thesis statements. This is a really solid one as well. So do recommend checking those out. There is also our ongoing workshop series in Canvas. So this is a extracurricular and extracurricular class that is free. You do enroll yourself in it. It just takes a couple of clicks there, and it will pop up in Canvas alongside all of your academic classes. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here's what you'll see. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger so you can see it easy. This workshop series is full of go at your own pace modules on a number of different skills and topics in writing. This one on understanding texts and understanding writing prompts. These are great places to get started, as well as down here at the bottom, we have what we call our Writing Center Bootcamp, which is a series of 8 modules that are on the absolute must know aspects of academic writing. So if you are new to the humanities, like if previously your education and your work has been maybe in the sciences, if you were an accountant, if you were a dentist, if you were a chiropractor, or if English is not your first language, or if it's just been maybe a while since you've been in school, this Writing Center Bootcamp is 100% for you. It addresses, again, the big picture aspects of what you'll need to know in order to thrive with your writing at Fuller. I do recommend checking this out. It's also available in Spanish. So that's our ongoing writing workshop on the quad. There's a little bit more information under our About and Consultations tab that just describe how the Writing Center works, how to take advantage of it. But yeah, like I said, the Writing Center is absolutely for everyone. You can schedule 2 appointments per week, every week. And we truly love to work with students. This is a source of joy for everyone who works in the Writing Center. So don't hesitate to reach out with any questions at all. The easiest way to get a hold of the Writing Center is to email us at writingcenter@fuller.edu. And I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. writingcenter@fuller.edu comes straight to my inbox. So it's a real human that's answering your questions. And then also access@fuller.edu is sort of my other hat that I wear. Yeah, so that's it. Any questions about the Writing Center or about Access Services? Awesome. Just know that if you are a student with a disability, you can reach out to Access Services at any
That's
time.
okay. So I wanted to make me.
Was there a question?
I said maybe tons of questions, but that's okay.
Yes. Well, please do email us with your
Maybe
tons of
I will
questions.
make appointment. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I will look forward to hearing from you, and I'll toss it back to Ken.
Thanks, Rachel, and thanks for everyone's participation. All these recordings will be posted on the quad. You can reference back to catch up with anything you missed. Next will be McKay to talk about our quad, which is a communication hub, a houses so much resources, not only just communication, but also many of our department's website was also housed on the quad. So McKay, take over.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Hi, everyone. Again, I'm McKay. I'm the manager of enrollment communications. So communicating a lot with our prospective students as well as current students like yourselves. So I just wanted to briefly just talk about the quad, as Ken mentioned. Big communication hub. This is where pretty much all of our updates are going to be posted related to anything going on at Fuller. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and show you a bit about the quad. Let's see. Okay, can everyone see my screen? I had kind of a hard time with this last time, so I'm hoping that everyone can see. Okay, great. Thank you, Ken, for confirming. Okay, so essentially, let's see how to get to the quad. Sorry, let me jump back. So starting on fuller.edu, general homepage, to get to the quad, you can go to the current students tab, and you can find this little button here that says the quad. So this will initially take you to our home page. And this is essentially where we just put the most pertinent, time-sensitive updates when it comes to getting information to Fuller students. So you can see that we have information on this page on Welcome Week. Obviously, that's pertinent. It's happening as we speak. So you can click into any of these posts and get more information, Zoom links, times, things like that. You can also note that we do our best to translate things into Spanish and Korean for our friends in Central Latino, as well as Korean studies. So you'll see some posts that might be a little tough to understand if you don't speak Spanish or Korean, but that's so that everyone can get as much of this pertinent information as possible. Let's see. So yeah, if you scroll down a little bit, there's just lots of different information. You can see other news, upcoming events, and we'll dive into each of these tabs as well. These are tabs on the quad with community and then resources. But yeah, this is the initial homepage. And then let's see, I also wanted to point out our COVID-19 news and FAQ red bar found at the top of this page. So clicking into that, this will just give us any information all COVID related, whether it's coming back to campus, what that means for our Phoenix and Houston friends, as well as information about protocols for Pasadena, what to expect when you come to campus, what Flora is doing to prevent the spread of COVID-19, just all sorts of important information. So anytime there's any sort of update that we want to communicate to our students, this is where that can be found. Yeah, so this is the COVID section on the quad. So next I'll click into our resources section. Rachel talked about that a little bit. This houses all sorts of various resources. So obviously we have our academic and vocational support. So that's advising, access services, writing center. You can see just all these different tabs, the library, registrar, information on apprenticeships, careers, all that good stuff. So anything academic or vocational, that's going to be in that first section on the resources tab. Scrolling down a little bit, we have our student services section. So this is anything with financial aid. We have our directory. That's really helpful to find emails and phone numbers for any of our offices on campus. That can be found in the resources section under student services, parking, housing, international services, all that good stuff. So that's in this section. Scrolling down a little bit, still on the resources page, we have our spiritual and personal care. So you can find information on chapel, also a list of various resources, accessibility services, counseling, any crisis situations that can be in the resources list. We have information on our chaplains. If you want to take advantage of that resource, our chaplains are fantastic to help provide spiritual care to our students as well. They're available, so they can be contacted through this link here. We also have our Well Connect, our mental health resource that's provided for students in the US. We also have our FPFS, which is our psychological and family services, counseling that's also available in these languages here. So that information can be found in this tab as well. Scrolling down a little bit more, just some grants and stipends, conference stipends, self-care grants, emergency grants, any information that you'd like about those can also still be found on this resources page. And then scrolling a little bit more gets into important information, policies, procedures, fuller stance on diversity and inclusion. You can find our student handbook here, community standards, Title IX, just all of that important information that we want our students to have. So that can be found as well. We can also find some discounts that students are able to take advantage of, as well as some frequently asked questions, little hub there. So yeah, that's the resources tab. And then you can find this little toolbar that'll help you get places faster if you have an idea of what you're looking for based on the section that you're trying to go to. So you can click on student services and that'll just scroll you right down. So that's just helpful information as well. So yeah, next we'll go into our event section. So this section is where you can find information about any events that are taking place, whether virtually or on campus. Some events include chapel, student groups, any time for prayer that's being set aside, as well as what week you're in as it relates to your courses. So you can see, you know, finals week here or week 10. That just kind of helps you keep tabs on where you're at. So yeah, you can click into any of these events to get the Zoom link or, you know, the time, the date, who to contact if you have questions, are typically found in these events. If you hover, you can also see a little blurb about what the event is before you click into it. You can also change the way that you view these. So you can change it to a list version if you just want to see starting from today on any of those different events. And you can also view events by the day. So yeah, you can change event dates, things like that. So that's just a way to navigate around in this section of the quad. Yeah, So that's the event section. Next, we'll cruise into the community section. So at the top of this page, we start with news. So this section includes some posts that are also featured on the homepage, like the Welcome Week schedule. You can see that over here. That's Newsy. So we'll include that in this section as well as the homepage. You can click on the View All News post to see anything else that's been posted about that's news related. So that is some information that can be found on the community page. We'll scroll down a little bit to our student voice section. So this is where students are able to post any questions that they have. Other students are able to take a look and respond if they happen to know the answer or have any insight that they'd like to provide. So feel free to pose any questions. It looks like some students have posted about workshops. So if you're involved in, a student group or you have an event that you're hosting, anything like that, those things can be posted here as well. You can create a post just using the Create Post button. And then you can view, of course, any of the other student posts that might not be featured on this immediate page here on this link as well. Next, we have the classifieds section. So this is typically where students or faculty can post about any job opportunities, if students are looking for roommates, if they're selling a book from a class they've taken previously. Those are often posted here. So you can also create a classified post just using that button, and then you can see more classified posts as well using this button here. Lastly, we'll have information on chapel. So chapel takes place every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Every once in a while, there's a little break from chapel, like during finals week or just ahead of Christmas break. But typically every Wednesday you can join in person if you're on or near the Pasadena campus, or via Zoom Wednesdays at 10. So you can get that information. You can see who's preaching, what they're going to be preaching about. That information is posted here as well. And then we have information about our student groups. If you'd like to get involved with students who have similar interests or backgrounds, there's a variety of groups that you'd be able to join. So you can browse those groups here, as well as Fuller Student Council. So you can see who is representing you as a student, see how you can get involved. That button is here to learn more about that as well. And lastly, coming down the home stretch, we have the I'm New tab. So this tab, for all of our new students, we just have everything. So here we have the orientation schedule. So that can be found under this Learn More button here. You can get information on OR 101. That's through Canvas. So you can get information on how to complete that. Information about getting your student ID, that's found on this section as well. And then just any general FAQs and questions that lots of students have had. So we've added them to this helpful little section that's typically frequently asked questions. And then just underneath that, we have some information for our international students, just some resources as they prepare for the transition to Fuller. Yeah, so that's the general overview of the quad. There's tons of resources, information, links that are found in here, but I hope that was helpful, at least in sort of diving in and breaking some of those tabs down. So yeah, are there any questions that I can answer?
I think you mean that Quad have everything about Fuller activities and events and everything related to our studies in Fuller. Is that correct? That Quad have everything?
Yeah, the quad essentially does have most everything. And then, yeah, also, let's see, let's see, hang on one second. Also in this current student's homepage, this is also a really helpful resource that houses anything, most everything that the quad doesn't have. So this is where you can access Canvas, your mail, the library, the quad. So I think between those two sections from fuller.edu, that's where you can find a lot of other information as well. Yeah, so I would advise cruising through this page too. It's not too lengthy, but yeah, advising SFS, registrar, any additional resources, things like that. Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Well, thank you, McKay, and thank you, Laura. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Rachel. And I just want to emphasize that today all the presenters have to share with everybody just a glimpse of what they do. But it's not just about talking what they do. Actually, there is a whole ton of work involved behind the scenes. Laura's working on Canvas, McKay is in charge of quad and communication, and Rachel is the access services and writing center, and Talia was the entire library. So it's, yeah, so all these people labor really hard so that you all can be supported, because we all have the Lord's calling, and you all can go out and preach to the nations. So welcome to Fuller. Everyone has came a long way to come here, and we're so honored to be here and welcome you, and looking forward to staying in touch. And please make sure to come tomorrow's session. We'll have the our worship service in the morning at 10 o'clock, and following that will be okay, can't think of on top of my head right now. There will be the meeting with the SMT deans, and also following the worship service, there will be meeting with the chaplains. It will be a video recording. The chaplains are on spring break right now. They work part-time on campus, so their time very precious. So we had them made a video instead of come in person. But there's a lot of information there, and I will be there, and all these recordings will be posted on the quad. Thank you so much for coming.
Sorry, excuse me, Ken. I just got the Zoom of tomorrow worship, but not the other things. So it will be sent through email.
Yes,
You said the video with the chaplain, whatever. Yeah.
Yes, the
So
link.
I just got the worship only. Yeah.
The link should be on the Google Doc that I send out. It should be in everyone's email, but also it should be on the calendar invite. If not, I will add it again. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Let me check right now since everyone's here.
Or an email, it will be the easier. Okay, thank you.
Yes, interesting. It's tomorrow worship, right?
Yeah.
I think, do you all not have the link?
I'm not sure.
Can you go to your calendar and check? Because this is very important. I want to make sure everyone has a link.
How we can go to calendar from here?
I don't even know how.
I don't know how.
I'm not very, I don't know much about computers. That's,
Yeah, what I will do is I think you're right. Yeah, you are not invited to the worship yet because that was a new link. Okay, oh no. Actually, you are all
oh,
invited.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it says worship session 2022.
yes.
We
Okay,
have
yeah,
the
they
we have
sent me
for-
a list of, I don't know, they sent me a lot, I'm not sure, but they sent me a list
we
of,
have
events. They sent me a list of events, yeah. Maybe,
sorry,
yeah.
we have for worship only, but you said other things we didn't have.
It's in the calendar, but the link at the bottom of where looks odd, Tori. Oh, thanks, McKay. Welcome. That would have worship service as well as other events going on this week. Yeah.
The
Okay, are you referring
calendar,
to
it is in
quad
Squad or
post?
where? Or Canvas?
Sorry, that was the post on the quad. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yeah, that's helpful. I think the link is there, the worship service, right? So, and at all, if all else don't work, please use the Google Doc that I sent out. I emailed everyone. I think you all should have that. And also use the quad post to access the link. I'm gonna take a screenshot of everyone who's here today, and I'm gonna make sure you all are added to the Google Calendar. All right. Any other questions? Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.